if I'm streaming, but I'm going to hit the button and then hope that I'm streaming, and then I'm going to check. And this should be good. I'm going to hit the button and then... Alright, I can hear my own audio. That's good. Alright, I need to adjust my own audio. Not like I'm listening to myself in real time though, but... okay, cool. That being said, I know a lot of people are at MagFest, so there are probably going to be fewer people here today. But let me just go ahead and turn on the queue. Hey, welcome in, Charlie. How's it going? Actually, let me do this so I don't feel left out. Thank you. Hopefully you're doing well, Charlie. Let's see, I have to put on my cheating fingers. Where is... Oh no, I can't. I cannot stream if I do not have cheating fingers. Okay, here we go. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's here. So I don't know how the weather has been where you guys are, but it's been pretty cold and frigid here. It has snowed, and the snow has stuck, which is not what we can say much for earlier in the winter, and actually the last couple of years. So we haven't had bad snow here for like I think since 2021 or 2020. Yeah, it's been like a couple years. Charlie says cold and rainy, maybe 2 or 3 times this week. Yeah, so it's been extremely dry here, but hopefully you guys are doing well. So good news, bad news. Good news, I'm streaming. Bad news, I'm a little tired, but I was like, that didn't stop me in the past from staying on schedule. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and stream. All right, let's see. Also, kind of, well, this is bad news for me. I haven't done my YouTube video for tomorrow yet. So after stream is over, I'm going to have to do it. So I may have to practice something tonight. So actually, as soon as this sets in, maybe I'll practice it now. Because I think I have one that I want to do. I don't know how I'm going to dress it up, but... let's see. Let's go ahead and use aces and jacks. So it's going to be one of those tricks. Missing jack clubs. Jack of clubs. There we go. Andrew War. Thank you so much. Welcome in. How's it going? Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Greatly appreciate it. I know, Andrew War, you had signed a card in the previous deck, but I don't think you have signed one in the current Twitch deck. Would you like to sign a card in the current Twitch deck? Chris M.Ye, thank you so much for the... God! I was not ready for this! Chris M.Ye, thank you so much for the resub, and you know, we have kicked off a hype train. Kaner Keys, hello, welcome in. Alright, 2 of diamonds again? Okay, alright. Alright, I'm gonna do that after this. Okay, alright. I'm in panic mode because, you know, when we get a hype train here, this is what we have to do. We are going to have to actually do magic as fast as possible, and as long as the hype train is going. The nada. Okay, alright, great. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick a card. Doesn't matter what it is, and you guys have probably seen this before because it is the usual trick that I jump into when I'm in panic mode. Jack of Diamonds. Okay, so look, we're now connected to the Jack of Diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and grab this card, take it, place in the middle. And if I snap my fingers, Jack of Diamonds is going to jump back up to the top. I know, you don't believe me, but that's okay, because here it is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and, once again, take the Jack of Diamonds, place it into the middle of the deck, like so. Importantly, I'm not going to snap yet, because if I show you the top card, it's actually some other card. Now, if I go ahead and snap, that card's going to jump from the middle back up to the top. Okay, hopefully that was all clean. I don't know why I'm shuffling, because normally during this part of the trick, what I'm going to do is I would actually leave the card sticking out just for a second, and you'll know that it's still the same card, because if you had signed it, it would be signed. I could show you that the signature was there, but since you didn't sign it, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it, take it, place it in the middle here. I'm gonna take this whole packet, stick it in the middle here, and importantly, this is not the card. Some people think I'm hiding it on the bottom, but actually, if I snap my fingers, it's actually gonna jump back up to the top. I know, that's crazy. That's crazy. Now, some people would say, hey, if you were here, I could give you half of the packet. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stick the Jack of Diamonds into your packet, and if you snap over your packet, it should jump up to the top of the deck. And now if we take a look, wait, that's not it. Hold on. Have I messed this up? Do I need the deck sock to save me? The deck sock is going to come out, touch the deck, and oh my god, believe it or not, actually the deck sock said, hey, you said that it will jump back to the top of the deck, not the top of that packet. I'm like, oh my god, the deck sock is telepathic, so here we go. It should be right here. Okay, there's our Jack of Diamonds. Okay, man, what can I do really fast? Okay, well, we have the 4 jacks out because I just found them. And we are gonna go ahead and try and do something interesting with these 4 jacks. Let me introduce them to you. Here's the Jack of Spades, the Jack of Diamonds, the Jack of Clubs, and sorry, that was the Jack of Hearts. This is the Jack of Diamonds. Man, I can't even read suits. I'm so not ready for a hype train right now. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you that we have all 4 jacks, and I'm going to go ahead and have this Jack, the Jack of Diamonds, because he has diamonds, he wants to be the ringleader of this troop who's going to rob a bank. So each of the jacks is going to go ahead and rob the bank. So this one's going to go ahead and rob the cash registers. This one's going to go ahead and steal everything in the safety deposit boxes. This one is going to go ahead and work on the vault, and they'll get in there. And then this Jack is going to go ahead and stay on top of the roof and wait for the cops to come, because inevitably they will know that the cops will come. Let me go ahead and set off the siren. Wee 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 wee. And now look, Jack of Diamonds is going to see that the cops have arrived and said, hey, everybody get back onto the top of the roof. Okay. And of course, on top of the roof, they're all able to gather together and wait for their helicopter to fly away. Oh my god, thank you so much for the gift sub, Charlie! And, okay, let's see, what do we have here? Okay, we have 2 red jacks and 2 black jacks. If I go ahead and I take the 2 black jacks and place it in between the 2 red jacks, if I just go ahead and reverse count them, the state will be the same. The 2 black jacks will be face up in the middle. But if I go ahead and I hold the packet and give it a magical shake, this magical shake changes everything, because now the red jacks will be face up in the middle. I know, it's really hard to believe, but take a look. There it is. I know. Super strange, right? Super strange. If you missed that, let's go ahead and do that one more time. So if I reverse count them just like this, the red jacks will still be face up in the middle. There's nothing weird about that. Thank you so much for all the subs and everything. Oh my god, we're at level 2! That means I have to go for at least another almost 4 minutes. I see what you guys did. Oh my god. Alright, anyway. So we're going to continue doing magic really fast. Okay, but we're on the second phase of this. So, look, if I go ahead and I show you that we hold the packet and give it a magical shake, that magical shake actually changes everything. So now the blackjacks will be in the middle face up. I know, super weird, super strange. Okay. So look, if I have... okay, so if I have the 4 jacks here, if I go reverse count them like this, and I show you that I'm going to go ahead and place the... Thank you so much for the bits! Nefertiti! Nefertiti's Pimp, welcome back, how's it going? If you guys didn't know, during a hype train, I try and do as many magic tricks as fast as possible. We are currently in the hype train. The music's over, but we're still in the hype train, so I'm going to do that. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and place the Jack of Spades here, and the Jack of Clubs here, and now everybody tries and find the Jack of Spades. If you said here, you'd be correct, because I didn't do any magic, because that everything is exactly as it appeared to be. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Jack of Spades. I'm going to place it right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the Jack of Clubs. Place that right here. And then, besides that fumbling, where would you guess? I think a lot of people would still guess that the Jack of Spades is here. But, believe it or not, it is actually going to be over here. I know, the black jacks are over here and the red jacks are over here. I know, that's super weird, right? Super weird. Okay, alright, let's see. We got 2 minutes! I still have to fill some time. Alright, let's find... I'm going to find some sevens. And we'll do something interesting with sevens. Okay, so I have jacks over here and sevens over here. And we would never mix up jacks and sevens, right? Okay. Oh my god! Chris MU, thank you so much for the gifted sub. To Ryan B, thank you kindly. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab a jack, place it amongst the sevens, grab a 7, place it amongst the jacks, and what we're going to do is close them up. Now, if I snap, that'll actually make all of the jacks come back over to this pile and all the sevens jump over here. Because look, if I show you, there's 7, 7, 7, 7, and there's no jacks over there. But it'll show you jack, 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 jack. Jack, 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 jack. I don't even know where this is coming from. I have no idea where all this energy is coming from. I was kind of tired. And then hype train, I guess hype train means I become hype, right? Is that it? So, alright, so look, we got 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, so what I'm going to do is place 2 sevens over here, 2 sevens over here. Oh my, Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Greatly appreciate. God damn, I see what you guys are doing. Alright, so we have here. Jack, 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 jack. Okay, so 2 jacks over here, two jacks over here. Now I'm going to place 2 jacks on top of 2 sevens, 2 sevens on top of 2 jacks. But look, if I go ahead and I just snap my fingers, I know, actually the emotes are actually helping me. As emotes fly across the screen, it's going to cover a bunch of stuff. Okay, alright, but look, if I show you here, jack, 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 and then over here 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I know, I probably said one too many sevens over there. Okay, alright, here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do that one more time. But we're just going to go ahead and swap. So we're going to go ahead and take this 7, place it amongst those jacks, take this jack, place it amongst these sevens. This is the only part where we're going to have these be face down. We're going to close that up, and then I'm going to go ahead and snap. And then, look, whoa! I know, you didn't see anything. That's okay. But everything happened, because look, jack, 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 jack. And then we have 7, 7, 7, 7. You know, I totally missed a great opportunity for a dad joke here. I should have used the 5s, because we would have the jacks and 5. Okay. I know, that was horrible. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Okay, let's go. Once again, we're going to go ahead and use the jacks, and I can... Actually, it's probably not necessary. I don't need to shuffle the rest of the deck. But you know what? We're going to do that anyway. Okay, alright. Okay, you know what? Here we go. There's a jack, 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 jack. And then let me go ahead and do this. Now, I have the 4 jacks here. If I show you, we're going to do something interesting with these 4 jacks. Now, if I go ahead and I place 2 of the jacks face up, and then leave 2 of the jacks face down, when I close up the packet and I turn the packet over, and I snap my fingers, normally you would expect to see 2 jacks face up, 2 jacks face down. But look, all the cards are now face down, even though 2 are facing the opposite direction. I know, that's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. But look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that again. We're going to break the rules of magic. I'm going to do the same trick twice. So here we are. We have 2 jacks face up, 2 jacks face down. If I close that up, turn it over, snap, you would expect them to be 2 face up, 2 face down. But look, they're all face down. I know, that's super weird. Now, normally, I would say, hey, maybe I didn't want to do this with the jacks. Normally, I want to use the aces or something. But I'm feeling a little bit lucky right now, so, you know what? Let's change them to sevens. Because, look, here's 1 7. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Here's another one. 7. Turn one of those jacks to another 7. Alright, now we'll just do 2 more twists. We'll just finish. We'll just complete it. Because, look, here's 1 7. 2 7, 3 7, 4 7. Is that weird? 7! Says Charlie's Beats. Now, if you were here, you could go ahead and take a look at the 7s right here. But look, what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and show you that some people think that the the jacks would be on the top, but they're not. Some people would think that the jacks are here on the bottom. They're not. They're actually somewhere else. They are in the middle right here. There's all of our jacks. Okay, all right. Woo. Man, we have time. I still have to continue. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not prepared for this. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use the 2 red jacks here, and I'm gonna use this box. Not that I need the box, but if you were here, I would have you hold the cards with your fingers, and this is what we're going to do. So, look, we have the 2 red jacks, and you don't have to remember the 2 red jacks. You just have to remember that they're red, so hearts and diamonds. This is not so much a trick as it is a game. So what we're gonna do is we would have you hold the cards like this, but instead of having you, we're just gonna place on this box. Okay, so. Now look, if I have the hearts, that means you have I think a lot of people would say diamonds, right? Now here's the thing. I'm going to show you how magicians will do the swap. So magicians will do the swap by doing this. They would actually place the card in between your fingers, line it up exactly and perfectly, slide the bottom one out with their other 2 fingers. So now if I have the diamond, you must have and a lot of people would say hearts, I would say. So that's great. So now we're going to try and do the swap at speed, all right? So here we go. Once, twice, and 3 times. Important question. Which card's on top, which one's on the bottom? Would you be impressed if it was hearts on the top and diamonds on the bottom? Or would you be more impressed if the diamonds was on the top and hearts was on the bottom? Alright. To me, the hype train has ended. So, choo-choo. Alright, I'm going to go back and thank everybody after this trick's done. And if everybody has guessed, if you said that hearts was on the top, you'd be incorrect. If you said diamond was on the top, you'd also be incorrect, because we have a 7 of clubs and a 7 of spades. And that, my friends, is a successful hype train. Woo! Okay, hold on. First of all, I have to sign a card for some people, and then I have to thank everybody, so let me go. Thank you so much for the applause. Okay, alright, let me see here. First of all, welcome in to everybody who has come in. Alright, so we have to sign the 2 of diamonds for Andrew War, which, thank you so much for that resub. Chris M. Yee, I believe you have signed in this deck the 2 of spades, which you have. Yep, let me pull that out. Actually, let me do that while this is up. Okay. Let me find the 2 of diamonds. Two of diamonds. I saw a red 2. Was that it? No, that's not 2 of hearts. 2 of diamonds. There we go. Okay, and then let's see. Thank you so much for the resubs, Andrew Warren, Chris M. Yee. Thank you so much for the gift sub, Chris M. Yee. To Kaner Keys. Welcome in, Jimmy. How's it going? Thank you so much for the gift sub, Charlie's Beats. That one got the Trek Nerd. Hopefully the Trek Nerd enjoys. Thank you so much, Charlie's Beats. Charlie has signed the Ace of Spades. Thank you kindly for the 100 bits, Nefertiti's Pimp. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you so much for the gift sub, Chris M. Yee, to Ryan B. And thank you so much for the gift sub, Charlie's Beats. Oh, the 2 gift subs that hit Granny Q and Doozy Daisy. And then, let's see here. We need that Undertale music back. Lol. I mean, the Undertale music so, full disclosure, I never thought that I would really get to the point where there would be multiple levels of Hype Train. And so I only chose a 5-minute 5-minute loop. Also, long story short, when I first had it, YouTube flagged it. And then later I found out that Toby Fox, the original creator, really wanted everybody to be able to use the music from Undertale however they saw fit. And so if they had issues, to just go ahead and dispute it. Although some people had issues disputing it on their YouTube videos, I just kind of avoided it for a certain while. And then now that I know that, it hadn't really come up in a while. So it's like, oh, okay. So now, anyway, there's a whole long thing about the official use of Undertale music you know, Toby Fox's opinion. Plus, the company that manages the rights for that music, which technically Toby Fox hired to manage the distribution and everything, but you know, anyway, algorithms and things. So, anyway, let's see. 7. Thank you for the emotes and the claps. Nefertiti's Pimp. Chris M. Yee, Charlie's Beats. Oh wait, even though I didn't donate to myself, I get a hype train emote too. I didn't know that's how that worked. That's so cool. Hold on, I got this one. All right. Okay, so I have to sign Andrew War on the 2 of diamonds. Let me just double check that that's 2 of diamonds again, please. Yep, Andrew War. Okay, let me just Andrew A-R-R-R. There's 5 R's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yep. Okay, double checking, just making sure. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for all the support, everybody. And that was quite a rousing warm-up. I hadn't warmed up yet. To be fair, I was thinking about doing a new trick and then hype train. So, although I was going to get interrupted by having to sign this for Andrew War. So, thanks for delaying into the hype train. So the hype train was the first magic that I've done today. Not even like on stream. Literally today. I don't think I did any magic earlier today. So, all right, here we go. And Drew. All right, hold on. I'm also gonna double check and make sure I believe I don't double the W. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, A-R-R-R-R. Okay. Yep, there's only one W. Okay. 5 R's. Yep, thank you. All right, cool. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, excellent. Speaking of signing a card, if anybody is interested in signing a card, there's a good chance for me to. So I made an update. So I've added a new channel point redeem at 25,000 points. So if you hung around for a while and you want to sign a card, but you can't afford to, but you've been a loyal viewer, I would totally love to have you sign a card. So I made it 25,000 channel points. I just didn't want like randos to come in like once or twice, so I didn't want to make it too low. But of course, if you get a card signed and you request a trick, and I can do the trick with your card, I'll try and do it. With a couple of exceptions. For example, Charlie's Beats requests so many per stream. I try and use it sometimes, but like sometimes I'm just like, all right, Charlie, next trick, we'll use your card, but not this one. Like. The other thing is also because the Ace of Spades tends to be a very popular card. The aces, for a lot of tricks, wear out more frequently than other cards. So I do want to try to rotate some of them sometimes. But anyway, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, Andrew War. You're beautiful. I mean, I don't know what you look like, but I know that this is your name, and on the inside, you must be beautiful. So thank you kindly for your support. Greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you kindly, Chris M. Yee and Charlie's Beats as well for all of those gift subs. Whew. And then the queue is open if anybody would like to request anything. Especially if anybody who just supported at all, feel free to make a request. I would love to perform a trick for you. Or several tricks. Hello, welcome in, checking the gaff meter. Thank you so much for that. Hello. Let's see. I believe also, no, actually we signed a different card, right? Last week. Checking the gaff meter has signed the 4 of Spades in the new Twitch deck, so. Hi. Hi. Hello, how's it going? Okay, alright, let me try and... You know what? None of these are face cards. This is perfect. So let me contrast this with face cards. Alright, you'll know what these cards are because they are signed by the people in chat. So Chris M.U., Charlie's Beats, Andrew War, and Checking the Gaff Meter. And then you would never mix these up with a king, with a face card, right? So let's do something with this. Great, how is everyone? I was a little tired up until a hype train that just happened, like literally at the beginning of stream. I was not even ready for it. Luckily, I'd put on my cheating gloves, i.e., sort quick. But otherwise, if I didn't have that, I was like, I don't know what I would have done because I actually. So right now the weather is so dry, I cannot possibly feel cards without applying some of this stuff because yeah. Anyway, awesome. All right. Speaking of which, I was not around much on Twitch. I mean, I was, but not hanging out in the usual streams because Awesome Games Done Quick just happened this past week. I didn't get a chance to watch much of it live, but I tried to donate, kind of like lurk while it was live, and then I caught up on like a bunch of the YouTube videos. So there was a bunch of awesome runs. So we'll talk about that in a minute, I guess. Let me officially put this trick into the... It's not really a trick that I know how to do, so we're just going to do Magician's Choice. Oh, we have a request. Well, okay, let me... You know what? I've already set up for this one, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and then we'll do that one. Okay, alright, so let me introduce you to the kings. We have the King of Hearts, the King of Diamonds, the King of Clubs, and the King of Spades. Now, you would never mix up those kings with these cards, right? So we have the 2 of Spades signed by our Chris M. Yee. We have the 2 of Diamonds signed by Andrew War. We have the 4 of Spades signed by Checking the Gaff Meter. And then we have the Ace of Spades signed by Charlie's Beats. And you know what? Let me grab all of the signed cards and place them over there. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 signed cards, and then we have our 4 kings over here. 2, 3, 4. So here we are, 4 kings. Now, what I want to do with these is something interesting. Actually, I need this over here. So here's what we're going to do. Let me just go ahead and just hover these kings over the top of the signed cards. But actually, what you may notice is gravity taking over, and all of the kings have turned into the signed cards. And actually, all of the signed cards that were down here have actually become the kings. And that is something new I'm working on, brand new. So I haven't even worked out how I want to dress it up yet. Obi-Wan, welcome in. How's it going? Let's see. I believe that's pronounced Annyeonghaseyo, which is Korean. Although that's the English romanization of the Korean. Delicious. Okay. It was so fast. I know, the trick was so fast, so hopefully you didn't mind that I did it. It is supposed to be a visual trick, so hopefully that was visual. I may want to review that. I'm going to actually end up practicing that one a little bit later, probably, but hopefully it looked okay. Feel free to give me any immediate criticism, feedback on that one, because that one is, yeah. So, but yeah, the idea is you have cards, you drop them, they become the other cards that you thought, and they swap piles. Obi-Wan asks, is that a ponytail or a bun or what is it called? Oh yes, this, I would call this, well, actually, I mean, it is effectively those things, except I don't know if I would call it those things. So a ponytail, in my mind, comes out the back. A bun, I would argue, is usually bigger, but it's probably closer to be a bun. Oh yeah, so that's right. this is new for you guys. Actually, it's new for me too because my hair just got long enough for me to tie it up like this and have it stay up. So that is new as of like probably a couple days ago, and I started wearing it today. So here we are. If you guys missed this, it's been like maybe 10 or 11 months since you've seen me have this. So it's been a bit. It's been a bit. Okay. All right. Let me figure out what we want to do with this trick. Blah blah blah. Because I have not done this trick in a while. So thank you so much for the request, checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. Keeping me honest. Keeping me honest. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. You know, normally I'll use the ace 2 and 3, but because checking the F meter assigned to 4 and I already had the ace 2 and 4 out, just think of this as binary, so it'll be fine. Okay. Let's see. Obi-Wan says, "You're starting to look like Chinese period drama actors." Oh. Okay. Well, I don't know any Chinese, so. She. There you go. All right. So, oh yeah, and actually, hair razor. That's perfect. That, you know, I didn't, I did not connect it. That's probably why you requested this trick. All right. So look, we have the ace, the 2, and the 4 of spades. Now, I have a couple of helper cards here, and with these helper cards, Neverdees Pimp says, "Wee. With these 2 helper cards, what I would like to do, and these helper cards are the 2 jokers. And so, what I'm going to do with these 2 jokers is hopefully something pretty interesting. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab the ace here. And what we'll do is, actually, let me place it on the bottom. And if I snap, that ace will jump from the bottom back up to the top. I know, that's super strange. That's okay. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Look, if I go ahead and I place the 2 on the bottom, and if I snap, that 2 is actually going to jump from the bottom back up to the top. I know, that's a little bit strange. That shouldn't happen. And now I haven't done it with the 4 like this before, but normally this would be a 3, so I have to up it one more level. Look, if I place the 4 on the bottom, and I snap, that 4 should jump up from the bottom, or sorry, from the bottom, yeah, to the top. There it is. Now, some people think there's some shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say, you're right, you're here at a sleight of hand stream. And some people believe that I could do this faster. Yeah, you're right, I could do this faster. If I go ahead and I take the packet and I place it on top of the 4, and I snap, that'll make that 4 jump all the way up to the top. And we place the packet on top of the 2, if I snap, that 2 is going to jump back up to the top. That was a lot faster, right? Ace on the bottom, jumps back up to the top. I know, that's super weird, super weird. So, let's see. We have our 2 jokers, and then we have our ace 2, 4, not ace 2, 3, ace 2, 4. Now, some people believe that the jokers are magical in this respect, and to that I would argue that, no. It's the power of binary numbers, because look, we have ace, 2, and 4, and these are the ones that are actually doing the magic. So if I go ahead and I leave the ace, 2, and the 4, and we don't need these jokers anymore, actually. But we do need a card selected. So if you were here, you could go ahead and say stop anywhere. I would go ahead and cut legitimately right there. Okay, let's just mark the cut for a second. Now, for those of you who are not aware, in computing, where we're talking about binary numbers, all of the characters on your keyboard are represented by a numerical value So, for example, if I type in the letter H for hair razor, you know, the computer doesn't actually know what H is. To it, it is a numerical number that represents a character, and it gets displayed as an H through various software or whatever. But it's basically a bunch of different bits, right? And the bits correspond to numbers. Okay, so, well, what does this mean? Well, with all of these numbers, we can have it be representing something else. Alchemmutation, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Ha! I'm kind of in the middle of a trick, but you know what? I'm almost done wrapping this up. So, and then I will say thank you. Thanks for the raid. I'll introduce myself. I'll do all that. And then once again, Craig, if you have something that you would like to request for your community, I would be happy to perform a trick for you. Okay, here we go. So where did we cut? We cut to a king. So believe it or not, the binary numbers that represent whatever character codes. Let's pretend that perhaps the ace 2 and the 4 make up the characters, make up the K character, right? Well, if that's the case, then they could all be represented by Ks. And so if we take a look, they're all kings. And that, my friends, is Hair Razor with a weird computer science theme. So, all right, cool. Anyway, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in Alchemmutation and company. First of all, let's give our friend Alchemmutation a shout out. If you guys are not following Alchemmutation, aka Craig, please give Craig a follow. Plays guitar, plays Smilecore if you are not smiling while you're playing. Also, generally all around great guy. Also one of the actually not one of the, also the #1 raider to this stream. Anyway, Craig, thank you so much for bringing your community over. Those of you who have not met me or have seen me stream, hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled with a K, 2 E's, and 3 N's. And I like to do sleight of hand card magic. I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist, and I've just put tricks in it. So you can request tricks as though you would request music in others. The difference is most people probably know the music that they're requesting, whereas most people probably don't know the tricks. So if you just want a random one, you can type !random. All right, cool. So thank you so much for the raid, Craig. Craig, how was the stream? What were you doing tonight? Were you playing music? ASCII or ANSI? Yeah, I believe these are the ASCII. No, yeah, ASCII character codes, right? Actually, let me. You know what? I don't want to fiddle with it right now. Welcome in, Aaron Elquendi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, even though I know that you've rated here a couple of times. Radurden. I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly. I think I've seen you around. Viera Kiranov. I know you've rated here as well. And then, let's see. Groove Metal. Yes, that's right. Played music, then attempted Jackbox, but it broke, so we went back to music. Oh, my sympathies. Yeah, I love playing community games, but it sucks when they break, so yeah. I love Jackbox games. I haven't really been able to enjoy them much the last couple of years. Mostly because I got to a point where I had a kid, so I might have to drop the Jackbox game at any given time. I did try and push it back shortly after she was born once, and then she cried, and then I had to leave. So here's what happened. I think I was playing, I forgot it was Fibbage or something, but I took my phone up to the kids' room and trying to, rock her back to sleep when she was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months old or something. But I didn't know what the prompts were or anything, so I was basically either voting blind or just typing in random things and just hoping things would work. And I didn't know the end result, so I was just like, all right, whatever. But that's, yeah, me and Jackbox games. Yeah, I've been here before. Awesome. And then, hello, it's me. Hello. Sorry, do I need to do the cue? Hello. Empirical testing? What's going on with empirical testing? Checking the gap here. By the way, Nam, I rewatched your something new. That was so fast via clip, and that was great. I like it a lot. Oh, awesome! Thanks. Thanks for clipping it. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I think especially for anybody who's been here for a while. Yeah. So I know that some other streamers don't like to have clips. I'm fine with clips. I end up reviewing them kind of maybe not right away after stream, but like if I'm not happy with them, I'll delete them. But for the most part, like I don't think I've ever deleted any clips except for ones that are obvious, like, oh, this one must have messed up because they clicked on the clip. It created a clip that didn't look like it clipped anything. So maybe they were just rewatching or whatever. So yeah. But anyway, thank you for for clipping that. Yeah, to try and get kiddo to sleep. Oh yes, empirical test. Yes, that's right. I mean, my kid is now 2 years old, so almost 2.5. No, 2.5. Yeah, so she's good now. All right. And anyway, that was Hair Razor, and then also thank you for the raid, Alchemmutation. All right. Let me also. Okay, let me clear this first. We also have a ton of people, and I have not been very good about this today. So let me give a bunch of shout outs. So anyway, shouting out our friend Charlie's Beats. If you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Let's see. All right. If you're not giving our friend Chris M. Yee a follow, please give Chris M. Yee a follow. Chris M. Yee plays a bunch of games, usually Fall Guys on Monday. Also has the Clip M. Yee show where he features, speaking of which, clips across the Twitchiverse. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give our friend Kaner Keys. Haven't seen a Kaner Keys stream since switching over the name Jimmy Kaner, but he's a pianist and gamer. And then let's see, who else do we know is in chat? Oh, Obi-Wan. If you're not following our friend Obi-Wan, plays guitar, likes to play Asian pop music. I'm a huge fan of K-pop, so that's like perfect. Also have seen him doing community jigsaw puzzles on stream. So check that out if you're interested. Let's also shout out our friend Aranel. Hopped into Aranel's stream. Usually I've seen Aranel playing mobile games. Let's see here. Let's give our friend Vera Karanov a shout out. Whoops. Vera Karanov, also a gamer as well. Let me know if I missed anybody. There's some people that I know your names, but I don't know if you stream. Which probably implies that I don't follow you or I'm unaware. So let me know if you would like a shout out and you stream. Okay, did I catch it? I think I got it right. Let's see. You're welcome for the shoutouts. Yeah. Okay. All right, and now we see a request from Alchemmutation. Thank you so much for the raid. Let's go ahead and bump that up. Okay, let me hold on. I have to find something for the 4-card trick. You know, the 4 cards, most notably. Otherwise, we can't do the 4-card trick. Okay. All right. Ooh. Wait. Hold on. Should I do something cool for Alchemmutation? I should do something. Should I customize this trick? I think I should customize this trick, right, for Alchemmutation. Okay, let me see here. What can we do to customize a trick for this? Hold on, I'm brainstorming in my head. Please hold Okay. Alright, I think I have an idea. Lol, okay. Alright, excellent. I just realized that I'm very bad at English. Okay. By English, I mean... No, English. Customize it with fire? Oh, no, I don't do fire here. I don't know if you guys know. I don't do fire. Okay, alright. Here we go. Once again, Alchemy Mutation. This trick is for you! Thank you for the raid. English is stupid, yes, for sure. Wait. Before I hop over here, I have to eat this. Delicious. Okay. Thanks for the heat map, whoever gave that to me. Okay. I don't know if you guys didn't know. We have an eat command. Oh, check the gas meter's on top of it. Alright, thanks for checking the gas meter. Words is tough, so it's Nefertiti. Okay, alright, so I have 4 cards. It's very tough to do a 4-card trick without 4 cards. And then, so these cards are actually all blank. So if I show you, they're all blank. Now, Craig, are you there? I just want you to come up with, give me a word and a number that I'm going to write in this card, just so that you know that there's no possible way I could have planned this ahead of time and I wouldn't have pre-written anything. So give me a word and a number, and then I guess if you want me to draw something simple. I'm not an artist, so please don't tell me like, you know, Starry Night. No, I can't do that. But like, you know, triangle or like star or something. I can do that. So give me a word, a number, and then if you want something for me to draw. I guess that's only if you want me to suffer, in which case. In the interim, while Craig's thinking, I can show you a trick with this marker. It's not really a trick because I only do card magic. So here, ready? Hey! Oh, that was so bad. Okay, but here's the trick. Ta-da! It's gone. All right, 333 and a star. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna do a star, 333, and then is there a word that you want me to put in here? Star 333. So there's no possible way. Alchemy. Great, excellent. Okay, all right. Here we go. Alchemy. All right. Here we are. So we have star 333 alchemy. Now, important question. Do you believe in alchemy? Because you should believe in alchemy. So what I want to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and take this and place it in between the other cards over here, like this. Now, you'll be able to see this card, because if I count through it, you'll see that the star 333 alchemy is still there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and grab it, and I'm going to send it to you, Alchemy Mutation, through the internet pipes. Just hang on to the ethereal signature of alchemy. 333 star. Okay, because now if I show you, it should be gone. It is now gone. I know, that's super weird, right? Now, everything is still no. Okay, so here we go. Okay, all 4 of those, right? Now I'm going to need you to send it back. So go ahead and send me back your signature, the spirit of your signature. So please send it back. I'm going to need it back on the card. Mostly because if you don't send it back, the space-time continuum, there's shenanigans that might happen. They may clash and destroy. Sending! Okay, great. Alright, excellent. I'm going to catch it like... And I spoke about this last time, but I'm trying to catch it like diaper catch style. Alright, here we go. Now that signature, believe it or not, is both back and is now in the pile. Because look, if I count through it, here, you'll see. There it is. Now a lot of people realize that this card is different because we can tell that it's signed on the face. Because look, if I show you the rest of these cards, on the face, none of them are signed. But what you may not know is that You can also tell this card from the back, because what you guys may not have known is when I sent this over to Alchemmutation and had it sent back, it changes how the back looks. Actually, he stamped it with a timestamp and a hashtag. Actually, no timestamp. But it's like a timestamp. That's what I wanted to say. It's like a timestamp. Because if I show you the back of this, we signed this star 333 and alchemy, but it actually says on the back, Alchemmutation #1 raider, because once again, Alchemmutation has the most number of raids into this stream. So thank you so much for the raid, Craig, and thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you were here, you can inspect this card. This card is exactly as it seems. You could touch it. You can, there's nothing fishy about it. So, you're welcome, says Alchemmutation. That's great. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Aranel, Alchemmutation. That, my friends, is the 4-card trick. Obi-Wan says, when did you write that? What do you mean, when did I write this? I didn't. It's like a timestamp. When I sent it to Alchemmutation, it came back like this. Redurden says, it's magic. What's the Spanish word for magic? Magia. Magia. That's what it is. I believe that's the correct word for magic in Spanish. I don't know, though. I'm not entirely sure. Somebody feel free to correct me on that one. I actually don't know what the word for magic is in other languages either, so that would... I didn't even see any smoke or mirrors. Oh yeah, anti-smoking household here. I've been told by my wife if I ever smoke, she's out. Divorce. So, no smoking. Definitely not. And actually, I've actually never smoked ever in my entire life. However, I have had some brownies, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, all right. Woo! I thought mahi was a fish. I mean, mahi is a fish, a fish in English or Hawaiian, or whoever named the fish. I don't know. Tobacco, bro. No. Okay. Not that kind of smoking. Alright. Charlie's Beats has requested Revolver. Okay, this is one where I'm going to use these other cards. Actually, is this the regular version? Okay, it's the regular version. I say regular version because there's 2 versions of this trick. One that I came up with a new handling myself for 6 cards, because revolvers are guns with 6 barrels or 6 chambers. And the original version is just 4. So just make sure. Sometimes I'm panicking. Sometimes when I'm like, did I make sure to change back to this view, to this scene? Because if I didn't, I could be revealing the secrets of magic down below. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. We'll be performing a trick called Revolver. Oh, also this is a good time to remind everybody, if you have not hydrated in a while and you've just been sitting around, and good time to hydrate. Mostly because I'm also going to hydrate. Look at me, I'm hydrating. Oh, I forgot to say, I watched AGDQ, which, if anybody doesn't know, Awesome Games Done Quick. And I didn't watch everything, but I watched a bunch of runs, and I watched the finale last night. And so the finale was awesome. I love Final Fantasy. It was Final Fantasy V, and they were doing like shenanigans. But anyway, Games Done Quick raised $2.5 million for Awesome Games Done Quick in 2024. So yeah, Chris MU says AGDQ was awesome. It's so much fun. Yo, Chris, did you see Mario 64 drum percent? Basically, it was somebody using a drum set to run Super Mario 64. It was nuts. Not only that, they described the technology. It's not so much they didn't connect the drum to be input commands. They played the drum and then had something that listened to the MIDI sound that then like parsed the sound to be input commands. So they only had like I forgot 4 drums or whatever. But yeah, that was amazing, right? So like you could hit like the center part of the drum pad or the edge, and they make different sounds, right? So using those combinations of whatever, it translated it to different input commands, and they beat Mario 64. They did the speed run, I think, for 16 star, or it's not the one that takes too long. Because anyway, sorry, I just had to talk about that because it was too cool. It was too cool. Pretty amazing, yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, so we have the ace, the 2, the 3, and the 4 of clubs. Now, we're going to represent each bullet that gets shot by turning it face down. And all we have to do is hold our hand and shoot. Bang! And so, if I show you now, here's a 3, the 2, the 4, and of course the ace is now turned face down. Now, if we want to shoot our second bullet, you'll notice that the first chamber turns back face up, but the 2 will turn face down. So, we hold our hand out like this, we say bang! So here's the 3, the 4, there's our 2 face down, and here's our ace. Now, if we're going to go ahead and shoot our third bullet, here we go. Hold our hand out, bang! Here's the 4, the ace, the 2, and there's the face down 3. And then, of course, we have our fourth and final bullet. We weren't fully loaded, I guess. Bang! And so here's our 2, our ace, and there's our 4. Now, if I, here, let me just flip this back over. So there's the 4. Some people would say that I just wanted to ask you what color are the backs of these cards. I think a lot of people would say red, because if I were to show you, here, that's red, this is red, that's red, and this is red, right? Well, what if I told you that that's not actually the case? What if I told you that they're not red? If I just show you now, here, this one's blue, but actually not just this one, blue. They're all blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that strange or what? And that, my friends, is revolver. Whew. Oh yeah, we got Charlie's Beats. I think he said Pog for the drum percent. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that the drum percent speedrun, it's amazing. And then Link came over. Oh, guys, if you weren't here the last couple of streams, new emotes. Here, here's one of them. But yeah, so we have a bunch of new emotes that I added, I think about 3 streams ago. So feel free to use them as you see fit. I resent being shot 4 times for that trick, but still dope. You know, thank you, Redurden. That means a lot, because, you know, even though you're on your dying bed, you can still enjoy the magic. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got, the mind blown, if, in addition to the sound alert, if you guys want to use that too. But so, anyway, hopefully I'm a bad shot, Redurden, and I missed. So maybe you're not on your dying bed, and the bullets just grazed you. You know, if you just want to make it an epic story, that's what happens. Yeah, you know, there's a way that you can spin stories, and it's like, I was shot at 4 times. Dodged them all. Hell yeah. That's right. Sir, I believe you shot at my client. I'm like, objection. Alright. That was Revolver. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. Alright. Next up, we have a request from Checking the Gaff Meter. Thank you so much for the request. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Sorry, I'm debating on which cards to use. I know, it's always a tough choice. The good news is that ever since I started streaming and having people sign cards, I don't feel like I need to use the same cards that I learned the trick with anymore. But sometimes it has a different issue of me being like, well, I don't know which cards to use. Maybe I want to use these ones. Oh, I don't know. This one might look better on camera. So it's like, you know. You're out of order. Oh, God. Redurden. You have redeemed gigantic cards. First of all, Redurden. Okay, I'm gonna do this trick for for Checking the Gaff Meter, but oh no, wait, Checking the Gaff Meter redeemed gigantic cards. Holy crap! Oh, welcome in, Ricky Charms. How's it going? I'm currently but okay, all right, okay, Checking the Gaff Meter. You got it. I'm going to use the gigantic cards for this. I shouldn't, but I will. So, first of all, no redeem doesn't have to be for this trick. But to be fair, if you pick another one and I can't use the big ones, at least there's a chance that I can use the big ones for this one. It's possible. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh no, it could be way worse for Checking the Gaff Meter's next request. I would rather at least potentially do this one. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, alright. First of all, let me show you the deck before. So, here's the deck of cards. This deck of cards is way bigger than any other. So, look, if I show you, here's a regular card from the Twitch deck. Here's a card from this deck. It is approximately 4 times as big. It is gigantic. And so, yeah, Magician's Choice. All right, go ahead and throw a Magician's Choice in there anyway. I might just do it, leave it out. Okay, hold on. Let me grab some of these cards. I don't need that many cards for this trick, so I'm going to pull this off camera. Wow, XXL, yes. Yes, these are the gigantic cards. I used to have big cards. I mean, I still have them, but nobody ever did that redeem because this is just way... So here's big cards. And big is still bigger than a regular card. But these are just stupidly big. So... Alright, so go ahead and take a look at these while I guess, set up. I don't even know how I'm gonna make this work. So hang on tight while I deliberate in my mind. Okay. Okay, stupid big is good. Yeah. That's exactly. Okay, alright, so hold on. Okay. So yeah, FYI, if you've practiced doing sleights with the regular cards, and then you get these, it is way more difficult. Okay, alright. So, and just finding a way to hold the cards like in a natural way. Alright, I've got a couple of cards here. We have the King of Clubs and the King of Spades. And what I'm going to do is, you're going to try and remember which one's on top. So, as of right now, the club is on the top and the spade is on the bottom, okay? So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and flip this. I'm going to flip this packet. Alright? So if I flip it once and then twice. Alright, which card's on the top? I think a lot of people would still say the clubs, right? So yeah, the club's on the top and the spade is on the bottom. Okay, all right. So here we go. This is what we're gonna do. Man, see, they're so big I can't even have them fully on the camera. Okay, so now we're gonna flip it around, but 3 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. So now, important question: which one do you think is on the top and which one's on the bottom? We'll give you a chance to. I'm just gonna take a quick peek and just make sure that the trick is working correctly. Because if it did not, I have no idea what I'm going to do deep down inside. Club, spade on top. Okay, all right. So here's the thing. If I go ahead and I place this down here, and just show you that there's something strange going on here. FYI, that probably wasn't subtle. It would probably be subtle if the cards were at least hand-sized. But look, if I show you now, the heart is on the top and the diamond is on the bottom. So yeah, there we go. That's there we go. Yes. FYI, if anybody saw anything, you saw nothing. You saw nothing. Shh. Redurden says didn't see anything. Check the animation. Says what? Yes, success. All right, perfect.
Yes.
Mind blown. I know. I was like, oh my god, somebody's gonna see that. Be like, that's sus. And I'm like, and then in my mind, I'm like, wait, maybe I'll just be sus all the time because I am sus all the time. Because you know, magic stream. Okay. Woo! All right. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps and the mind blown and the applause. Checking the gaff meter. Alchemy mutation. Charlie's beats has a sus right there. Has like 3 sus emotes right there. Redurden didn't see anything. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Okay, that was, you know what? And then here, bonus, you're going to get the same trick, but with regular cards. I mean, where did those red cards come from? I mean, I know, right? So here, look, you're going to see the trick again, but with regular size cards. Okay, so look, once again, we have a heart on the top and a diamond on the bottom. If I was to flip it twice, once and twice, I think you would see that the heart's still on the top, right? But now if I do this 1, 2, 3. Now if I was to go ahead and flip that 3 times, which one do you think is on the top? I think a lot of people would probably say diamond. Some people may, maybe he's like heart, although you just saw how that trick went. So you'll definitely know that there's something happening with these cards that are right here, because if I show you that they are not as you would expect. Yeah, here we have the club on the top, and checking the gaff meter is on the bottom. There we go. So that, my friends, is the Mad Monty Redux for checking the gaff meter, because I was going to use the card. I'd set up for this, and then the big card redeem. So I was like, oh no! So anyway, what the? I know, right? And if you were here, you could, here, take a look. There, that's it. Where are the red jacks? I know, right? That's what you're asking. Magic's checking the gaff meter, says Redurden. Must be Redurden. Magic. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, where did those red cards come from? Where did the club and spade go? What the? What? Says Obi-Wan. Thank you kindly for the applause and the claps. Checking the gaff meter. Charlie's beats. Obi-Wan. Check the gaff meter. I mean, both times were perfect and I saw nothing. Excellent. All right, cool. I do want to rewatch the video, rewatch the VOD later and just see how I did with the gigantic. Because FYI, doing tricks with a gigantic deck has its own like issues. So, all right. So while I have this out, let's go ahead and let me clear the queue. And I do feel bad for when people request the gigantic cards, and I'm not doing anything like extra, because that was a pretty short trick. So let's see if let's see. Let me do something else. Has its own challenges, I would say. Oh yeah. Lol, you'll cringe when you watch the VOD. Okay, I'm sure I will, because I have pretty high standards for myself, and I see a lot of my own tricks on video. So okay, all right. So Candace, welcome in. How's it going? All right. So I did this trick during the hype train. So I'm gonna do it again now, but with a gigantic deck and see how it goes. All right. So we have the four kings. The four kings are royal thieves. So the royal thieves are going to be performing a heist on the. Now this is not a bank this time. This is a large-scale casino because why not? Okay, so look, I'm going to introduce you to all of the kings. So look, we have the king of clubs, the king of hearts, the king of spades. Yeah, this is also tough to just keep everything in frame. King of spades, and the king of diamonds. Now they are all royal thieves, and they're going to heist this casino. So look, the king of diamonds is going to be the lookout. He's going to tell all of the other kings, go ahead and steal everything from the Bellagio, and then he's going to tell the next king to steal everything from the MGM. And then he's going to tell this other one to steal everything from the Excalibur. Maybe where they were like, hey, we're going to... So, and this one is going to remain on the top of the... he's in a helicopter already, I guess, waiting to see when the FBI decide to come to town and jump on them. The king already steal through taxes. Yes, that's right. Your deck is an impressive size, by the way. Thank you kindly for. I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. Because look, when you're looking at a magician's deck, size matters. All right, okay, so here we go. Now this king happens to see, hey, look, there is some suspicious FBI activity. So let's go ahead and get out of here, folks. Redurden says, you handle it so well. Redurden, thanks for noticing. And now all the kings get back on top of the roof of the casino, and they get into their helicopter, and then they decide to fly away. Oh, sorry. This is a gigantic helicopter. So it's Doppler effect. And I mean, you could trust me that there's no other kings. These could be signed. I mean, I don't plan on having these jumbo cards signed though, because these are way more expensive than a regular deck, by the way. Like anybody can buy them, but unless you're legitimately going to use it for something, it is. You don't want to buy multiple. And that, my friends, is the four burglars with jumbo cards. Hopefully you enjoyed that checking the gaff meter, and that I know that you redeemed it and we did a trick with it, but I feel better fulfilling this as the redeem. So there we are. Welcome in, Dream and the Rusty Panda. How's it going, the Rusty Panda and Dream? And also welcome in anybody else who just hopped in as well. Let me see here. I did see Ricky Charms come in, I think, at the end of last one. So hello, Ricky Charms, if I didn't say hi to you. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Thanks for coming in and joining on a Sunday night. Sleight of Hand Sunday. Let's see, Redurden. I don't know if you've had a chance to check a look at my trick list, but if you are in for some dirty jokes, you should probably request a trick called Maximum Penetration. Yeah, it's a trick called Maximum Penetration. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. All right, while we are here. Anyway, thanks for hopping in, Dream and the Rusty Panda. Let's see. I actually have to dip and do my Duolingo lessons before midnight. All right, cool. No problem. Somebody else can request if they would like to see it. So, and feel free to request it next time you hop in. But good luck with your Duolingo lesson. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's go ahead and give shout outs to our friends. If you're not following our friend Dream, Dream is a speed cuber, so please give Dream a follow. And then also, if you're not following our mod, the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow. Does music and also has an interview stream in the format of Wiki Wednesdays. So definitely give the Rusty Panda a follow. Hey, thanks, says Dream. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Alright. Oops, I forgot the raid message. Alchemy Mutation raid. Gariki, welcome in. How's it going? Let's see. While I'm here, let's also give Gariki a shout out. I have not been in a proper Gariki stream, but Gariki does a bunch of things and is a mod as well. But the latest I saw Gariki was in an interview with Alchemy Mutation, our raider from earlier today. So okay. Gibson Len says, I'm back in California, still need to get home. Yeah, Gibson Lens, thanks for stopping in. No problem. But yeah, definitely get home safe. FYI, if you guys are not following our mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens, pianist, also was out and away at MagFest this weekend, so looks like Gibson Lens is still traveling, as in California, but not home yet. So that makes sense. But anyway, safe travels home. Hopefully you get home safe and sound, and then you can rest up. All right. Kariki says we had part 2, but the VOD isn't ready. Okay. So anybody who streams or mods and wants to know more about technical stuff and bots and dealing with things, definitely check out that interview, the Alchemy Mutation interview with Gariki. So, okay, all right. Let's see. First of all, I need to swap over to magic, and now we're going to be performing a trick, and we're going to try and make a prediction. Okay. I think is this a good prediction? This might be a good prediction. Let's see. I'm going to try and read chat right now. Not like literally read chat, but like figuratively read chat. Okay, so I think I'm gonna place my prediction over here, and now we're going to need and just so everybody knows, the cards are different. Right, they're not like all the same. I mean, there's also the Twitch deck, so it's like it'd be tough to get like a custom-made Twitch deck that was just one of these. So, okay. All right, at this point, I'm going to need a card selected. So, if you are on desktop right now, hold on, let me just spread this better. Spread the deck better. Okay. Okay, if you're on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen. You should be able to click directly on the screen, and a heat map will be placed. And if there's a couple of cards, we'll narrow it down to one after a bunch. Oh, we got 2 votes on this one. I'll push that one out. Okay. All right. If there's anybody else who wants to vote, you'll have to outvote 2. So otherwise, that'll be it. So, all right. Oh, 3. Man. Okay. Oh yeah. Whoever's heat map was in the corner. Sorry, it was in this corner. And then, all right. I guess we had unanimous. So, sorry. I also do pointing poker. So consensus. All right. So this is the selection. Now here's the thing. What are the odds that my prediction and the card that chat selected match? When I say match, I mean, so for example, you didn't pick this one. Now the mate of this card would be the other queen that is black, so the Queen of Spades. So it matches in color, and it matches in number, and it just happens to be the opposite suit. So here's my prediction. So my prediction was this one, the 7 of diamonds. Now, in order for the prediction to be correct, you would have had to select the 7 of hearts, right? And so what are the odds that you selected the 7 of hearts? If you take a quick glance, do you see a 7 of hearts here? Because I would wager that there's a 7 of hearts that you selected there. Wait, let me put the 7 of hearts under all the heat maps. There we go. There we go. And that, my friends, is a perfect pair of red 7s. I just realized I had a baby monitor on. Normally I mute it, but I can see the light turn on. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Rusty Panda, checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. Also, Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the request. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Okay. Alright, this is a good time to mention. The queue is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to jibber jabber about, AGDQ, which, by the way, AGDQ is awesome. So some of the runs that I prioritized watching and trying to catch up with, even as the marathon was going on, but I couldn't watch them live. I watched the Mega Man block. I watched Final Fantasy. I did watch Final Fantasy V live because that was the finale. I watched, as we discussed earlier, Mario 64 Drum Percent. Man, what other games? It's just my mind is just blanking right now because I am a little tired. I did watch the Mario Maker 2 glitch showcase. Let's see what else. I did watch. The one that I wanted to watch that I did not watch yet, the Undertale run. The Undertale, is it full pacifist? I think true pacifist. Yeah, glitchless. I wanted to watch the Celeste. I did not get a chance to watch that. Oh, I watched the Shovel Knight one. Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. I'm a huge fan of Shovel Knight. I actually recently bought a board game. The Shovel Knight board game. It was on sale, 40% off, and it was still over $70. So, yeah, that's just how expensive it was. And I watched TaskBot play Super Metroid. Sorry, I'm just going through the the schedule right now. And I watched Bluey the video game with my kid, even though she didn't really understand how to play the game. But basically, it plays like a couple episodes, but you couldn't hear all the stuff anyway. But that, if anybody was wondering why everybody was saying "hooray" later, it came from that run. So, all right, hold on. Let me. Okay. I think I got it. Delicious. Wow, I think the timing on that was really good. Okay. Oh, hey, we got some tricks in the queue. Let's go ahead and let's remind, if you have not hydrated in a bit, please hydrate. I don't know anybody who is still alive that does not hydrate. Okay, French twist. Okay, for the French twist, I normally use the aces, and Charlie's Beats assigned the ace of spades, so we're going to go ahead and use the aces. Let's do it! Sorry, another Bluey quote. So I know these because my kid watches Bluey, and also we have two Bluey plushies that are like, you press their stomach, and then they speak. And so Bluey will say... things like, let's do it. All right. Okay. All right. So first things first, we have the 4 aces. We have Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, ace of diamonds, and ace of spades. Now, what I'm going to do with these aces is, if I go ahead and, you know what, let me just show you how this would work. If I was to hold the packet of aces face down and give them a shake, that will turn over one of the aces in the packet. I know, that's super interesting. So here, it's probably easier for me to show you rather than just tell you about it. So look, if I hold the packet and give it a little bit of a shake, that shake actually is going to turn up the ace of hearts. So now all the cards are face down. 2, 3, 4. But if I hold the packet and give another shake, that'll turn one of the aces face up. In this case, it'll be the ace of clubs. There we go. Now, once again, if I show you, all 4 aces are face down. Hold the packet, give it a shake. That's actually going to reveal the ace of diamonds turning itself face up. I know, super strange, right? That's super weird. Now, once again, if I show you, all 4 cards are face down. But if I hold the packet, give it a shake, that's going to turn up the final ace. I think this should be the ace of... We didn't get the ace of spades yet, right? Ace of spades. So look. Ace of spades. There we are. I know, that's super strange. So here's all the aces. Now, that's how we use 2, 3, 4 aces, and then hold the packet and shake, and then each one will turn face up. But there's actually a new cool trick that I can do with the whole deck. Now, I just want to show you that there's no face-up cards here in the deck. But if I go ahead and I place the aces on top, cut them into the middle of the deck. Now, if I hold the deck and I just shake it vigorously, like I did that packet, right? Something interesting is going to happen. Hopefully. You know, perish the thought that I need to pull out the deck sock. Alright, we'll pull out the deck sock anyway. Alright, deck sock. Do your magic. Actually, there happens to be some cards that are face up. They all happen to be. Candace says, gotta run, have an awesome night. Alright, Candace, thank you for stopping in. Have a glorious night. Take care. Sleep well. Yeah, deck sock emotes if you got them. But here we are. Here are the aces. Ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, and ace of spades. So, yeah, ace of spades. Charlie's Beats, the requester of this trick, and also in chat right now. And then also the 2 red aces. The 2 are 2 mods. Gibson Lens and the Rusty Panda. FYI, the ace of clubs is open, currently unsigned, if anybody wants to sign it. So, if you're curious how, there we are. Our goal is to fill up this deck. I mean, I have no time frame. Literally just, get it signed. So, but this deck is pretty new. But you'll see that I recently updated the text of this. So, for anybody who comes and hangs out, you can sign one, and you don't have to support me by paying me money. You can support me by showing me that you have 25,000 channel points. So, and to be fair, I don't really do this for the money. I would much rather have people hanging out and having fun with me. That's really that's ultimately the reason why I'm doing this. If I needed to do stuff for money, the first thing I'd probably do is, I have a YouTube with all of my tricks. I would probably first of all change all of my titles and thumbnails on my YouTube videos to be clickbaity or extremely eye-engaging. So that's probably the first thing I would do if I really needed money. So, anyway, I do not want to stoop down that low. Anyway, thank you so much for the claps, Charlie's Beats, Rusty Panda. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. Greatly appreciate it. As always. I'm not gonna lie, between like Charlie's Beats and Gibson Lens, I don't know who's been here more. They've both been here like basically most of the time. So, all right, let's see. We have, oh, illogical conclusion. I have not had a chance to perform this trick in a little bit, I think. How? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up in my mind to see how I can. Do I remember how to set up this trick? That's. I may have to consult the spreadsheet, but I remember the process of the trick. I just have to remember how to initially set it up. Okay, all right. You know what? I think I have to consult the spreadsheet. Please hold. I know I have the notes on this trick in the spreadsheets, though, so I'm like, okay. I was chatting in somebody else's chat. I forgot who it was, but I mentioned, oh yeah, I have a stream spreadsheet. And they were like, stream spreadsheet. And I'm like, yeah, stream spreadsheet. I don't want to say that everybody has one because I'm sure most people don't, but like I have so many stats in the spreadsheet that I like to keep track of. So okay, here we are. So okay, all right, here we go. Yeah, let's swap out one of these just for shiggles. Okay. And I want to set this up amazingly well. Okay. So, la la la. La la la. Okay. Okay. Alright. My apologies for the delay. Although this is a good brain exercise. So I was actually, you know what? Here, let me do the trick and we'll talk about this if I remember afterwards. Okay. So once again, checking the gap meter, thank you so much for the request. This trick is called illogical conclusion. I have two piles of cards. There's 4 cards over here, and then there's 4 cards over here. Now I'm not going to show you any of the cards in this pile, but I will show you all of the cards in this pile. So these are all black face cards. Now I want you to just keep track in your mind how many total of each card that you see by the end of this. So whether they're black face cards, red face cards, red spot cards, or even black spot cards, you let me know what the total count is at the end. Now to make this fair, we will give you a chance. I'm going to swap cards from this pile into that pile, and then we'll recount all the cards in this pile. So look, if I go ahead and I take, so the first round we're going to swap 1 card. So I'll take 1 card, and I'll show you all of the cards in this pile again. So here. Oh, that's interesting. You just saw black face cards, huh? Alright, that's okay. That's okay. We're going to swap 2 cards now. So clearly it must be possible for you to see something new this time, right? 1, 2. Here we go. We're going to show you all the cards in this pile again. So, oh, that's interesting. You still saw just black face cards, huh? Okay, now we're going to swap 3 of them. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And we'll show you everything in here. Huh, that's bizarre. That's still just all black face cards, huh? Interesting. Okay, alright. Tell you what, we're going to do one more swap, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and swap this one for that one. And once again, we'll show you everything. What is happening on that table? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of black face cards on this table. So importantly, what do you think these 4 cards are Would you also say that there are 4 more black spot cards? Because well, actually, that would imply that there's duplicates, right? Because in any given deck, there's only a total of 6. Sorry, 6 black face cards, right? Chicken Gavmir says, "What? Sure, I guess. All right." So actually, I made a mistake because what I should have done was this was requested by Checking the Gaff Meter. Checking the Gaff Meter requested this trick, and I usually try and use the signed card. So I probably should have used the 4s because I know that Checking the Gaff Meter has signed the 4 of spades. You know what? Here, we can make that happen. If I show you, here's a 4 of hearts, a 4 of diamonds, the 4 of spades signed by Checking the Gaff Meter, and the 4 of clubs. And that, my friends, is an illogical conclusion! What? So, thank you so much for the request, Checking the Gaff Meter. Hopefully you enjoyed. Oh, hold on. Let me read the Checking the Gaff. What is happening on that table? What? Sure? Hold on. Yeah. Sure? I guess? Then no. Don't you dare! Nope. No! Holy shit. Thank you kindly for the claps. The Rusty Panda, and Checking the Gaff Meter, and Charlie's Beats. And Checking the Gaff Meter's got the mind blown, and the claps from here. Lol, not bad, says Checking the Gaff Meter. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I want to point over here. So here's the funniest thing: when I stream, I don't have my image mirrored, and so I'm like, I want to point over here. No, chat's right there, and so it's like okay. So, but yeah, this is the stuff that I love right here. I actually especially love new people. If new people are in and they're reacting for the first time to a trick that they've never seen, it's like, what? Huh? So, and now that I've done a bunch of tricks out in the wild, especially with some people that have been in chat, and like, you know, I met them at TwitchCon or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's so crazy. Like, yeah, actually, Hendu soon. I met Hendu soon at TwitchCon, actually. Speaking of which. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's right. All right, so once again, that was Illogical Conclusion. Thank you so much for the request. Checking the Gaff Meter. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. What timing? I know, right? What timing? So impeccable. Actually, while we're here, let's give Hendu Soon a shout out. Guys, if you're not following our friend Hendu Soon, please follow Hendu Soon. Met him at TwitchCon. I'm not sure. I don't know if I've been able to stop into one of your streams, but I've seen Hendu Soon in other chats, so that. Seen you around, just haven't seen you stream. To be fair, I have very specific time windows in which I can hop onto Twitch, and if you're not streaming during one of those windows, I probably won't be able to see. So, man, life. Let's see. I've streamed once in the past 6 years. Oh, so no, not surprised. Oh, okay. Not surprised. Oh, okay. I thought. Are you still an affiliate, or were you not an affiliate when you were at TwitchCon? Because I thought you were an affiliate. Oh, I'm not even an affiliate? Oh, okay. I guess my apologies. I might have it for the next year if I step up again, but no worries. Okay, cool. I just assumed that I guess most people that I saw at TwitchCon, which might be an erroneous assumption, although statistically speaking, there were a lot of people in the affiliate line. So maybe I just assumed that a lot of people I met were just affiliates. So, okay. All right. Here we are. Next up, we have The Restless Lady, as requested by The Rusty Panda. Let's see. Oh, how am I going to work? I'm going to work this in. Hold on. Let me see. Because Rusty Panda has signed the Ace of Diamonds. Let me see here. I guess that means I'm using some diamonds. Please hold while I figure out how to make a trick work. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I think I figured it out. Oh, it looks like the Rusty Panda and Hendu soon know each other. All right, excellent. Yay, friends! I heart friends. Yeah, we also met at oh yeah, that totally makes sense because guys, I met the Rusty Panda at TwitchCon. So, you gotta say, Panda can sing. Karaoke bar. Yeah, I'm a little bummed out that I wasn't able to make karaoke, but also there were a lot of things to do, and I know that I could not have physically done everything. And actually, one of the pain points was traveling and getting around different places in Las Vegas. So that was. But anyway, yeah. I mean, if only TwitchCon was like a day longer. Oh well. Oh, speaking of which, they just announced that TwitchCon in North America for 2024, it's going to be in San Diego. So, Henderson says, already booked my flight. All right. Hey, Juanita Cow, welcome in. Travel in Las Vegas was the worst. Juanita Cow, I totally agree. FYI, I also got a chance to meet Juanita Cow at TwitchCon. So, but yeah, welcome in, Juanita Cow. How's it going? Chris says, love San Diego. Facts. Yep. So hyped for going back to San Diego next year. Okay, so I'm kind of in the debate of whether I can make it this year or not. So we will see. There's one other convention that I want to go to. It's a board gaming convention. It's Gen Con, if you guys know what Gen Con is. Anyway, so if I can go to that, I probably won't be able to make it to TwitchCon. But if I don't go to that, then like TwitchCon is probably like I think it's chronologically the last one. So it's like, well, if I haven't gone to any other ones, it's like I'm definitely gonna go. But this time I'm gonna actually stay in San Diego into 10 more days. Oh, a Gen Con, yeah. I've wanted to go to Gen Con for a while, but haven't made it yet. Yeah, FYI, Gen Con, if you love board games, it's the place to be. It's amazing. It's awesome. Okay, alright. Sorry, the Rusty Panda has been waiting for this trick for probably who knows how long. Anyway, so here we're going to be using the Rusty Panda signed card, the Ace of Diamonds. But like we have the Ace of Diamonds, the 2 of Diamonds, the 3 of Diamonds, the 4 of Diamonds, and the Queen of Clubs. Now the Queen of Clubs is going to represent our Restless Lady. Now this Queen of Clubs is, let's pretend it's somebody new in chat that comes in and it's like, oh, they don't fit in yet because like everybody else is part of the Diamond community, i.e. the Diamond community could be whatever, like the Twitch community or whatever. But like if I go ahead and I let's say the Queen of Clubs logs off, right? But what we're going to do is just give the Queen of Clubs the avenue to come back. Maybe we tell the Queen of Clubs, hey, this is when this next person is streaming, like a shout out. Queen of Clubs might come back to chat. Look, there's the Queen of Clubs. That's cool, right? Super cool. So now, wait, Henderson says, wait, what? I know. That's super strange. But look, let's pretend that the Queen of Clubs goes to log off once again. We don't know when they're going to come back because Twitch is a very mysterious place. But you know what? Let's say they're super interested. They join a Discord and it's like, hey. Maybe they'll know when to show back up, and if we just give them a chance to come back, if I just give the Queen of Clubs a chance to come back, maybe the Queen of Clubs will come back. Hold on, this is going to be super tricky. These cards are kind of much newer than I'm used to at the moment. Because look, here's the Queen of Clubs. Queen of Clubs has joined the Diamond Club, I guess. But look, we'll just leave the Queen of Clubs there. And, okay. So here's the thing. If we just give the Queen of Clubs an avenue to come back, maybe we start seeing the Queen of Clubs. Queen of Clubs is like a regular. Queen of Clubs showing up. Queen of Clubs collecting channel points. Right? So, yeah. But that's okay. Queen of Clubs logs off. We don't see Queen of Clubs for a while. So let's just go ahead but the Queen of Clubs will end up showing up in everybody's stream. Look, here's the Queen of Clubs. Maybe the Queen of Clubs ends up just following everybody, shows up to everybody's stream. Because look, you end up seeing them in this person's chat, in this person's chat, in this person's chat, In this person's chat? I know, that's crazy, right? This person's chat. Look, where are the Queen of Clubs? Queen of Clubs is everywhere. But, here's the thing about the Queen of Clubs. Okay, so if I did forget one thing in this trick. Forgot what to do here, I think. Okay, yeah. So Queen of Clubs. If we go ahead and take the Queen of Clubs and just leave her out here, logs off. And then we find out later that everybody in the community, so the 4 of diamonds, Andrew Wars, the 2 of diamonds, the 3 of diamonds, the Rusty Panda as the Ace of diamonds, also mod for basically all of Magic Twitch. They get together and they're like, hey, that Queen of Clubs, she's not that bad. She's actually really cool, and want to, make her feel invited and welcomed. And so the Queen of Clubs is no longer, the outsider, no longer the Queen of Clubs. She becomes part of the club, ironically, by becoming a diamond. That, my friends, is the Restless Lady. Henderson says, I swear to God, if that's the Queen of Diamonds now. Yeah, Queen of Clubs has joined the club by becoming Queen of Diamonds. There we go. Anyway, thank you so much for the request, the Rusty Panda. Hold on. Let me read. Okay, let me read Henderson. Wait, what? Ellipsis. I swear to God, if that's the Queen of Diamonds now. Well, heckin' done. That was awesome. Alright, thank you so much for the applause and the claps and the emotes. Rusty Panda, Hendusoon, Juanita Cow. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I was gonna theme that. I themed that as a Twitch thing. That's cool. That's cool. FYI, I think this particular trick I have rethemed the most on this stream. So I have probably rethemed that the most out of all the other tricks. Some of the tricks I just kind of do the exact thing that some of them that are really long. Like, it's really tough to redo some of those, especially if they're long. But if they're short, but that one's a little bit longer, and and I retheme it all the time. So. When it was a tougher trick and I didn't remember all the steps or like how to do everything or how to do it smoothly, I did get nervous when people started requesting it like shortly after I put it on the trick list. But I think I've gotten both better at it, and even that, like, I was like, wait, I forgot this step. I was just like, wait, let me just pause for a second instead of revealing the secrets of magic, because I've done that. I've rushed and then it was like, oops. But it worked out this time. I think it was fine. Then we have, Charlie has requested the next trick. Let me see here. Hold on. I'm going to have to find some cards. Since Charlie has requested, we'll use the Ace of Spades and other following cards as well. Let's see here. Where's the... I'm looking for the 2. Where's the 2 of Spades? 2 of Spades, where are you? I mean the actual card, not Chris M. even though I know Chris M. has signed the 2 of Spades. Okay. Alright. Alright, not revealing the secrets of magic on screen? Okay, perfect. Okay. Once again, if you have not hydrated for a bit, please hydrate. Okay. We have the Ace of Spades, the 2 of Spades, the 3 of Spades, the 4 of Spades, which are strangely enough all signed, and then we have the 5 of Spades. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the ace and we're going to place it into the packet. It's not on the top. It's not on the bottom. It's somewhere in the middle. But if I snap, that's going to make the ace jump from the middle up to the top. Because look, I know, strange. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Once again, take it, place it in the middle, snap. That'll make the ace jump from the middle back up to the top. I know, it is still strange. And to that, I think a lot of people would say, but Nam. I mean, maybe not within, they would. Okay. But Nam, how can I keep track of this one card when you have 5 cards and I only have 2 eyes? And to that I would say, you know what, you're right. Let me go ahead and take the ace of spades out. And we'll do this with 4 cards now. Take a look. We have the 2 of spades. We'll do that again. I'm going to go ahead and place it into the middle of the packet. It's not on the top. It's not on the bottom. If I snap, it jumps up to the top. I know. Look, we'll do it one more time. I know we're repeating a lot. Because, going to place it in there. Snap, 2 of spades. Jumps up to that. And to that, you'd probably be saying, but Nam. And I'd be like, yes, that's right. That's my name. I can't follow your cards. I only have 2 eyes. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You only have 2 eyes. Most people have 2 eyes. I guess some people might have 1 or no eyes, but it might make it tough to watch magic, I guess. So, sorry, that got really, really dark really fast. My apologies to anybody who has fewer than 2 eyes. I'm just making the assumption that you were watching those 2 eyes. I only have 2 eyes. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're right. Let me go ahead and take this card out. Look, we'll do something a little bit different. With the 3, 4, and the 5. So look, if I have the 3, 4, and the 5, I take the 3 and I place it in between the 4 and the 5. Instead of snapping this time, I'm just going to give it a shake. And that sound effect. I don't know why I needed the sound effect. I just did. But look, if I show you, the 3 has turned into the Queen of Diamonds! Wanted to come back into this trick. What? Okay, that, my friends, is the conclusion, because the Queen of Diamonds wanted to jump in, from the previous trick. Super wanted to be in the trick. Alright, we're going to end it there. That trick. What? I didn't get it. Okay. They do that? I mean, remember, the Restless Lady wants to be in everybody's chat. Now she's accepted as the Queen of Diamonds, but she should probably become the Queen of Spades. Now, for this trick. Alright, and that, my friends, was a unexpected ending of Too Many Cards. Thank you kindly for the claps. String the gaff meter. Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, it's kind of like a rare idea when I'm like, ooh, I can chain together 2 tricks. I'm like, wait. And also, some people who have watched the tricks here, it's like, if they know the trick and they know how it's going to end, it's like, wait. The only way I can surprise people is if I end it early. It's like... So, thank you kindly for the claps of the Rusty Panda. Alright, how long have I been going? Alright, let's do last call. I do have work tomorrow. I also still have to record a YouTube video for tomorrow as well. Speaking of which, if anybody ends up missing me and wants to see more stuff, check out my YouTube. All my VODs that fall off of retention eventually get up there. I think they usually coexist for a little bit as well. I also try and put a new magic trick up once a week. I haven't missed a Monday for over a year now, so that's at least, I would say, 52 plus, I don't know, we're probably I probably have 70 tricks, I think. 70 tricks up just from doing Monday tricks. But then I also did a 100 tricks in 100 days at the beginning of 2022. So there's a little more. Okay, let's see. We have a request from Charlie Speets. And this is for a trick I'm calling Back Illusion. I'm sure this trick may somehow exist in the world slightly differently, but I'd like to think I kind of came up with this. Getting ready for bed, says the Rusty Panda. Well, thanks for stopping in. Thank you kindly. Lurk, getting ready. Oh, yeah. Wait. Lurk, getting. Oh, I may need to fix that. Is that what that does? Has vanished themselves. Because that should say the Rusty Panda. Alright, I'll make a note. It probably means I swapped what I thought, so instead of choosing the person's name, because actually I think very few people have used the lurk command in my channel, so that's probably why I didn't notice. Or people may lurk, but they don't put anything after it, so I don't I don't realize it. So that's a good discovery. Thanks for the QA. You know what? Let me actually note that now, because I'm probably not going to end up remembering that. Okay. Thank you. Oh, has it always been saying lurk work? If only. Work has vanished themselves. Is that how that works? Has that always worked that way, or is something broken? Because I feel like... Alright. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Okay. Alright. Gibson Lens says, I'm home! Welcome home, Gibson Lens. Hendy Suit says, is treating the first word like a parameter? Yes, I know. That's what it... You have to do some magic to make the person's... Yes, I know. I probably swapped the first parameter with the sender, right? And so... But I have noticed sometimes that Stream Elements will send out changes. It shouldn't have affected this command, but anyway. I'm not gonna... I'm sure this is my fault. I'm laughing because I have no idea what's happening, but it sounds like chaos. Gibson Lenses. Thank you. Yay, welcome home. All right, awesome. All right, okay. Here we are. We have the Ace of Diamonds, the Ace of Clubs, the Ace of Hearts, and the Ace of Spades. Now, with these aces, what color would you say the back is? If you were not paying attention to the back, that's okay. Most people wouldn't. Especially if if the title of the trick was not... That was hilarious. Did you guys see that? This card turned into that sand high from checking the gap meter. It literally landed right there. That was funny. But anyway, yeah, because the name of the trick is Back Illusion, so you'd probably want to pay attention to the backs, right? So yeah, the backs of these, I think a lot of people, even if you were paying attention, would say they were blue. But what if I told you that if I use the Ace of Spades, I could change them from blue to something else? I could change them from blue to red. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? But actually, not only is that red, but if I show you, all of the aces now have a red back. I know, super strange, right? Super strange. But that's not the end of it. That's not the end of it, because here's the funniest thing. If I just go ahead and I spread out the aces, if you were here, you could totally come and check these out. But if you were to guess Would you guess that one of them is blue, three of them are red, or the other way around? Maybe one red, three blue. Maybe you think two and two, two red, two blue. Well, I don't know if you were paying attention to the name of the trick. I mean, it's here. Back illusion. If you guessed blue or red, you are incorrect. Because the backs of these cards were an illusion the entire time. Because if I show you now, the backs of these cards are blank. There's actually no backs to any of these cards. They all twitch. Oh no, they're pretty dead. They just stay there. They don't twitch at all. I did a double tap. Anybody who's seen Zombieland, they just lay there. No. But yes, nope, they're all blank. If you were here, you can inspect these, take a look at them. They are exactly as you see. And that, my friends, is the back illusion. Okay. They all twitched. Oh, blank. Nice. And then Charlie's got the Kino emote from Jerok. By the way, Jerok was also at MagFest. This card turned into Sand High. Oh, thank you so much for clipping that, checking the gap meter. Awesome. Thank you kindly. Yeah, that I thought that was super funny. I thought that was super cool. I was looking at that on the screen on my, and I'm like, wait, why is that all of a sudden? I looked down and I looked up and I'm like, oh, that's an emote. And I'm like, like almost, yeah. I missed it the first time. I had to go back and see it. You know, yeah. I was like, wait, like, because I'm the magician here. So I'm like, I should know what's going on. Why the hell is that? Is that a dinosaur? Did somebody do something to me? It's like, that was nuts. I know. Crazy. All right, we're gonna close the queue. So we'll do this last trick for Hendu soon, and then I'll do my normal goodbyes, and then we'll also put in a trick for the finale as well. You couldn't do that again if you tried. I definitely could not. I'd probably have to somehow rig it. Like I'd have to change the coding of whatever thing for the emotes to show up. That'd probably be way more effort than it's worth, but I'm sure it's possible, but I wouldn't want to do it. Like, just, yeah. Okay, let's see. I need to find some cards for, actually, yeah, good thing we already made it happen. I know, right? I think for my finale, I have not done Picasso Aces in a bit, so we'll end with that today. Okay, alright. Let me find some cards. Cards. Let's see. Sorry, I have to find some cards. I don't know why I'm singing cards. Because cards are my life. I love cards. Cards. Has anybody seen the first Anchorman? I love Lamp. Oh, hold on, I need one more. Here we go. Okay, that's good. Alright. Alright. Here we go. This trick is called Incauto Tromposo. Okay, so I have a bunch of cards here. Hold on. I don't know if I set this up correctly. I messed this up because everything is in reverse. That's why. That's okay. I didn't reveal any secrets of magic, so it's okay. Alright. Here we go. Okay, alright. So, we have uh, black face card, and then we have a black face card. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lay these down right here. And then we have this card, the 8 of diamonds, which is not a black face card. And then, of course, we have 3 other black face cards. And what I would like to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay the other black face cards over here. And I just want you guys to watch and pay attention and find where the different card is. Once again, we'll give you a reminder. This is the 8 of diamonds, and this is a black face card. Now, if I were to go ahead and just swap these, where do you think the different card is? If you are on a desktop, you can click directly on the screen. It'll put a heat map there. And actually, if you need a reminder, here's some cards there, just so that you know what these are. I just swapped them. I legitimately swapped them. So, now I think a lot of people would probably guess that this is actually the different card right here, because that's the only red spot card, and everything else is a black face card. And if you're doing the math, there are legitimately 6 black face cards in the deck. So that's at least true. But I'm going to tell you that the different card here is actually the one in the middle. I know that's probably really tough to swallow based on what I just showed you. But look, if you were to bet money on this, FYI, you should never bet money on a game you don't understand. Number 1. Number 2, even though that's not what incauto tramposo translates to, this trick in English is oftentimes referred to as the 7-card Monty, because there's 7 cards and it's a Monty card trick. And you should never play any card game with anybody on the street called Monty. So, because if I show you, the rest of these cards are actually all red spot cards, and this is the only black face card. Is that weird or what? Weird. So weird, says Hendu Soon. Thank you for the emotes, Hendu Soon. We got a lol, we got a think, we got if a magician tells me something is true, I know that I should believe whatever they say. I mean, you are welcome to believe what you like. I don't tell you how to live your life. Although there are some things that may make your life a lot more difficult than others. For example, if you believe that 1 plus 1 is 8, I think that would be a lot more difficult to operate with than just believing that 1 plus 1 is 2 if the ones are numbers. But if the ones are strings, then 1 plus 1 is 11, if anybody understands string concatenation. You know, sometimes kids might do that, but there's a legitimate reason for string concatenation. Okay. So weird, says Hendu Soon. Alright. Where are these cards? There. Those cards are going there. Hold on. I am going to partially prep for this, and then we're going to say our thanks to everybody. Okay. We're going to do this, that, the other thing, do this, that. Okay. There we go. All right. I mean, if you took 2 aces and then suddenly they were an 8, yeah, so there's a trick sometimes that magicians will play and say, what card did you say? And it was the ace of spades. It's like, but the crowd says ace of spades, but you're like, 8 of spades? And so that's a fun trick that you can do. I think that happens in English. I don't, because most other languages have a different word for 8. So, anyway. All right, well, it's that time of night. Thank you so much to everybody who has come out to hang out on this Sunday night. I know that some people were traveling, as example Gibson Lens, and so thank you for coming in, stopping by, and Thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. So whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the screen for heat maps, thank you so much. Thanks for the tricks. Always so entertaining. Thank you, Hendusun, for the kind words. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because this is an art form in which if I'm just practicing at home, there's no magic happening. I am just fiddling with cards. There's no magic happening. I know how all the tricks are done. Well, me and the duck sock, I guess. But if, the magic will happen, but if you're watching, the magic will happen in your mind. Thank you so much to everybody who helped support earlier with the hype train. So thank you for the gift subs. Thank you to our raider Alchemutation, once again maintaining the #1 raider spot. So thank you so much, Craig, for continuing to bring your community over. Thank you so much to our mods. Let me just give them a shout out. So if you're not following our mods, the Rusty Panda writes and sings music, also does an interview stream called Wiki Wednesdays. It's a unique interview stream format, so definitely check that out. Give the Rusty Panda a follow. Then also, if you're not following our mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens coming back from MagFest and literally just got home and is still in chat. So it's like, okay, thank you so much, Gibson Lens. I mean, relax, rest up, unpack. I mean, after I'm done traveling, I love to just chill, eat something. But anyway, thank you so much, Gibson Lens. If you're not following Gibson Lens, plays piano, sight reads from a bunch of songbooks, composes his own originals, so definitely give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens, nice. Hope you had a great con. I want to get back to MagFest someday. Yo, I actually found out something super interesting. I found out that the first Games Done Quick was scheduled to occur at a MagFest. So I did not know this until this past week, and I was like, "What? No way! That's so cool." So. All right, awesome. I can't wait for the stories, Gibson Lens. So let us know, I guess, during your next stream about MagFest. All right, let's see. Okay, so once again, if you want to see more of me and I'm not around, check out my YouTube. Tons of stuff there. Also, all my VODs are basically always leave up, so you can check them out there too. All right. So with that, I'll be performing this final trick, assuming I don't mess it up, because I don't like ending. If I mess it up, this will not be the finale trick. I will have another finale trick. But if it works out well, then we will find somebody to raid, and then that will be that. Okay, cool. So with that, here we go. All right. I have a bunch of aces in my hand, and I have this deck. Now, I just need to spread this deck out because I need to show you that this is a blue-backed deck, and I don't want to lie to you. These aces are not from this deck. These aces actually come from a red-backed deck. So if I show you Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. Now, with these 4 aces, what I'm going to do is we're going to lay them out separately. And let's see. So let's just place them like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place 3 cards on top of each one. Okay. Now, if you have not seen a trick that is an ace assembly, we're going to try and get all the aces into the same pile by the end of the trick. And if you've not seen an ace assembly, we have to do it in a magical way. If I don't do it in a magical way, it's obviously not going to be that impressive. So we're going to try and do this in a magical way. So let me square up all the piles. And now, first things first. Let's go ahead and grab this ace. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it in this pile physically. But if I grab it metaphysically and place it in here, and I take one of these other blue cards and place it in here. Now if I were to show you all of the cards in this pile, they're actually all blue. And if I show you, there's no aces in here. Now we'll do that again. Once again, if I... Oh, actually, before I do that, let me show you this pile. So we had 3 blue cards and 1 red card, but if I show you, there'll be 2 red cards in here now, right? Because we made one of those aces from here jump up here. I know, super weird. Okay, so now we have this ace. And look, I'm going to once again grab it, not physically, but metaphysically. And I'm going to exchange it for one of those blue cards over here. Now if I show you, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards are blue backs, and none of them are aces. I know, is that strange? That's super strange. Now we had 2 and 2 before, but now if I show you, we should have 3 red back cards and 1 blue back card, right? Because look, that's what we have. Is that bizarre? That's super bizarre, right? That shouldn't happen. That's kind of weird. Okay, now some people think, oh man, shenanigans afoot, and I'm like, yo, you're watching a sleight of hand magic stream. But I can show you. Look, we have the ace here. You can see the ace. So if I go ahead and I place the ace in here, right, at the last possible second, you'll be able to see that the ace is still here because of the back. You'll be able to see the ace is still there because of the front, right? But look, if I just go ahead and once again grab it, not physically but metaphysically, drop it, swap it for that final blue card over here. You can see now that all of the cards have blue backs. And none of the faces are of any aces. Strange, right? Now, importantly, if I show you in this pile, there should now be 4 red-backed, in this case, aces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the ace of diamonds, ace of spades, ace of clubs, and ace of hearts. And that, my friends, is, I'll call that a successful finale of Picasso Aces. Thank you so much to everybody coming by, hanging out tonight. Henry Soon says, so many shenanigans. So many. Waggle of the fingers, so many. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. Hendu Soon, the Raj Mahal too. By the way, welcome in the Raj Mahal. And Gibson Lens, thank you kindly for the claps. And I didn't catch a single one of them. So smooth. Thank you kindly for the applause. Checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. Hendu Soon, thank you so much for the compliments. I mean, at the end of the day, even if you catch me doing stuff, if you know what's going on, I mean, that just makes you a magician, right? Like, you can appreciate it at a different level, even if you catch everything. But, the Raj Mahal 2 says, I should be sleeping, lol. Thanks for keeping me up. You're welcome. My apologies. I am, yeah, so, I should also be, well, I mean, I'm probably not in bed yet, but normally I will be in probably about next half hour, 45 minutes, normally, if it's the middle of the week. But, yes, I'm also on the U.S. East Coast, so it is legitimately 12:45 for me. But anyway, Raj Mahal, welcome in. I assume you're lurking. You saw more than just that one trick. So, but anyway, hopefully you had a good night, and thanks for stopping by. But Henderson says, I'm not a magician all, but still, I would never reveal a trick. Oh, yeah, that's definitely. Revealing, especially like in a Twitch chat, that's taboo. Like, no. It's okay if you want to tell me, like, you know, between you and me, like, hey, I saw this thing during that performance, and then, like, you know, I can workshop to improve. But, yeah. No, I always love magic. I watch a lot of Fool Us on YouTube. Oh, awesome. Cool. I totally love Fool Us. Yeah, definitely got into watching a lot of magic tricks on Fool Us and being like, here's the funniest thing. If you listen to Penn talk at the end and you know some of the stuff about magic, it's like, wow, he's giving me so many clues. I could go look up a bunch of things to understand these principles or, this person or this magic history or whatever. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there. But for people who are like lay people, that's like, to a lot of, it's inside baseball. Like, they don't understand. They have no idea where he's going with that. And it's like, oh, okay. So, but, yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna just plug my YouTube one more time. The Raj Mahal. If you want to catch me and I'm not around, feel free to check out my YouTube. I have a ton of tricks up there. So, all right. And with that, we'll call that a successful stream. And let's go find somebody to raid. Normally, I like to raid into Twitch music friends because there aren't that many magicians performing magic to raid into. So it's hold on. There's somebody streaming that I do not expect would be streaming at this moment. Let me see what's going on. Oh no. Okay. I must have had an unrefreshed screen because this person is not. Oh wait, 28 minutes ago. Oh, okay. Nope. They're not streaming anymore. But they did legitimately turn on a stream for whatever reason. Okay. All right. Next plan. Let's see. No, they're not doing. I don't want. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I assume people are just traveling back from MagFest. So. Okay. All right. I know we recently raided this person, but you know what? We're gonna raid them again because. Why not? Okay. Thank you for subscribing to me on YouTube, Little Raj Mahal. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, so guys, we're just gonna go over to the keyboard grinder. If you guys are not familiar with the keyboard grinder, plays keyboards, funky music, all-around good guy. So if you would like to copy a raid call, here's a raid call, here's a sub-raid call. If you get left behind, here. Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. Oh, if you guys are not following Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Currently, Chan the Magic Man's in Cambodia, traveling the world, literally on the other side of the world. So please give him a follow. Also, one of the other few magicians that performs magic on Twitch on a regular schedule. I would normally plug the schedule. I don't know if the schedule is current because once again he's on the other side of the world. But he'd normally just damn. I almost missed the stream. I mean, look, you were here. I knew you were here. We got your shout out in. We're good. So, but anyway, thanks for stopping by, Chan. Yeah, no big deal. Like I understand you're traveling. Enjoy traveling. All right, everybody, take care. Have a glorious night. Remember to hydrate, stretch, and hope to. Oh my God, I have to copy my own raid call. Wait. All right, I know sometimes that the timer ticks down and then we're not. So you guys might be seeing the. Bye.